Now the main difference between the S4 and the S4X is this part at the back. You can see they've extended the canopy by about just over a foot, I'd say, probably 35 centimeters at the top here. That there's just a shell, you know, there's nothing on the inside. But the flat part of the canopy, that's the S4. So to get into it, you had to duck down and get through it. With this here, it brings your head height out. So as you're walking up the steps, your head sort of slides in underneath it before you need to duck. So that's the difference. Also adds that little bit extra space. So you get a little bit extra space in the canopy, which is really cool. Well worth considering the few extra dollars to go with the X model rather than just the standard S4. Driver's side of the canopy, this is the first water tank, the one closest to me. The next water tank along is further over that way beside the fridge. So the two water tanks together hold 150 litres of water, 75 litres each. One's pressured, one isn't pressured, it's a gravity fed. The one closest to the fridge is the one that's gravity fed, furthest from me. And that's the one we've got the tap on the kitchen side, and it's used more than the one on this side. The pressured one here we use for spare water as well as for showering. Filtering it, we filter the water going in. The magic of editing, it's in my hand. It's Best water filters, that cost me around $100. The standard hose that you're going to use when you're out and about goes on one end, and I've got another hose without one of these on one of the ends that goes on this and into the tank. Then this hose here, it filters on the way out as well. So if we need water coming out from the pressured system, we'll filter it coming out as well. So you've got filtered in and filtered out, just in case there's something going wrong with your tank. 150 litres of water, is it too much? I don't know. For 90% of the trips, yep, probably is. But then when you do a canning trip or when you do a Simpson Desert trip and you're going both ways, so you're going across and coming back, it's a good amount of water to have, it really is. The fill points for both tanks, one's on this side, one's on the other side. They're lock caps. Power, it's an EnerDrive system, a full EnerDrive system, so EnerDrive inverter, EnerDrive 200 amp battery, DC to D and AC, both EnerDrive. The solar power on top, 200 watt solar power, that charges it when I'm not moving. This system, a 200 amp system, I've had now for 2 years. So I had in my first camper and I just got exactly the same thing in my second camper. Absolutely fantastic. This here is just basically space. We don't have anything designated to go in here other than bits and pieces of my camera gear. All the stuff that we do carry on a regular basis goes into wolf pack boxes on the back seat of the car, forward of that this rear axle, puts the weight in the right spot. We don't need to carry the wolf pack boxes in here. That said, if we needed to, we'd get 6 wolf pack boxes in here. Moving along, I've got cabinetry here for my cameras, and you can see Velcro everywhere. This gets all of the wiring, all of the little bits and pieces that I normally have laying around during a trip off the floor and frees up space. The Velcro that I used is called 3M Dual Lock.